Brace yourself. What you are about to hear has been deliberately kept out of the mainstream conversation for far too long. The date is April 3rd, 2025, and something extraordinary, something truly universe-shattering is set to occur. Vast atmospheric streaks captured by infrared data in remote Australian observatories have confirmed a cosmic rumor whispered among only the most dedicated starseeds and spiritual watchers. We are on the brink of a partial merge between Earth's 3D and 5D grids. This is not some idle speculation or sensational conspiracy theory. This is information emanating directly from the Pleiadian Council, channeled by Aurora Finch, an individual with a verifiable track record of accurate cosmic event predictions. They don't want you to know this because once you do, your consciousness will never be the same again. You see, hidden in plain sight, our planet has always harbored multiple energetic realities, a foundational 3D matrix bound by linear time, and a subtler 5D crystalline grid that pulses with higher frequencies of compassion, oneness, and quantum manifestation. But come April 3rd, these two grids will partially overlap, creating a phenomenon many are calling the dimensional intersection node. This overlap is expected to trigger unstoppable, intuitive surges in millions of individuals simultaneously. Imagine having telepathic flashes about your loved one's emotions, receiving spontaneous insights about your deepest personal blocks, and empathically feeling the heartbeat of the planet at unexpected times. For some, this will be an exhilarating taste of true unity. For others, it could be overwhelming, even frightening, like trying to catch your breath in the midst of a relentless cosmic windstorm. The urgency is real. The energies involved are powerful enough to override the old barriers that separated your conscious mind from the unseen realms. And yet, beyond the potential confusion lies an incredible opportunity, a chance to skyrocket into the 5D vibrational state that so many prophecies have spoken of. According to Aurora Finch, we have mere days to prepare ourselves, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, before this partial merge locks into place. She's studied the celestial synchronization surge that's at the core of this event, interpreting data from radio telescopes, magnetometers, and the subtle telepathic transmissions of the Pleiadian Council. If you are receiving this message, know that you are privileged. You are among those who are meant to witness and even guide the unfolding of this cosmic shift. In this urgent broadcast, we will reveal in detail why the planetary energies at this specific time are drastically different from what we've encountered in previous cosmic alignments and eclipses. We'll address the scientific underpinnings that support the reality of higher dimensions and detail the spiritual frameworks, ranging from Mayan to Sumerian, that predicted precisely this kind of energetic leap. We will delve into the unstoppable waves of intuition soon to flood your consciousness, the physical and emotional signs you might experience, and the critical steps you must take to avoid a state of quantum empathic overload. Make no mistake, the knowledge we are about to share is exclusive, and the ramifications are immense. If you leave now, you risk facing these surges unprepared, caught off guard by telepathic bursts you never asked for. But if you stay, you will gain the tools to ride this wave with mastery, to harness the heightened empathy and 5D frequencies rather than be swept away. By the end of this video, you'll know how to activate a 3-layer empathic shield method to keep yourself sane, grounded, and powerfully aligned with your divine purpose. You'll understand which foods amplify your vibration, which physical exercises ease your integration process, and why ancient cultures embedded clues about this phenomenon in everything from temple architecture to calendar systems. So, clear out distractions and settle in. In the next few moments, you will discover the hidden cosmic mechanics behind this partial 3D to 5D grid merge. You will see how unstoppable intuition can become your greatest ally. And most importantly, you will receive specific, step-by-step guidance for flourishing in these energies, rather than crumbling beneath their weight. This is the moment of profound awakening. Stay with us until the very end, because missing even one piece of this puzzle could leave you vulnerable to the immense forces about to be unleashed. Now, let's embark on this journey together. Many in the mainstream scientific community have long dismissed the talk of higher dimensions as mere fantasy. Yet quantum physics, string theory, and advanced cosmological research all hint that our reality is not limited to the 3 dimensions we conventionally perceive. We occupy a dense electromagnetic field that corresponds to our 3-dimensional existence. But there are subtler layers, what some call the astral dimension or 4-dimensional, leading to an even higher vibrational 5-dimensional state. Traditionally, these layers remain separate because the frequencies do not align. Think of it like 2 distinct radio stations playing on different channels. You can't hear them both at once if you're only tuned to one frequency. But the upcoming dimensional intersection node shifts the dial in a way that both stations overlap, if only partially. Imagine the planet as a giant crystal sphere spinning on an axis of fractal geometry. Embedded within this cosmic jewel is a grid, the crystalline 5D grid, that resonates with a higher bandwidth, carrying the potential for immediate manifestation and unconditional love. The 3D grid, by contrast, is dominated by linear time, cause and effect logic, and the illusions of separation. On April 3rd, cosmic rays from distant supernova remnants and a surge in solar flux from our sun will interact with Earth's magnetosphere, causing an opening in the vibrational gateways. Several months ago, an Australian research team documented bizarre streaks in the upper atmosphere via spectral analysis. Mainstream media ignored these findings, but Aurora Finch recognized them as early indicators of the cosmic blueprint shifting, evidence that the planet's biorhythms are syncing to a new harmonic resonance. The concept of higher vibration is not purely mystical. Studies on gamma waves in the brain, particularly from institutes studying deep meditative states, show that humans can shift their neural synapses into significantly altered states of perception. Combine that with the Schumann resonance fluctuations, Earth's own heartbeat, which has been measurably spiking, and you have a perfect storm for a collective quantum leap. Ancient civilizations, from the Maya to the Egyptians, always pointed to cyclical cosmic events where dimensions would thin and humanity would be invited to ascend. The Maya spoke of repeated cycles where the Earth's electromagnetic field is penetrated by new frequencies. The Egyptian Book of the Dead alludes to transitional gateways where humans can traverse different states of consciousness. Even the Sumerians had references to cosmic synergy and fractal algorithms describing the planetary alignments that open star portals. Why April 3rd, 2025, and why now? The synergy is multifaceted. First, the gravitational anomaly we've been tracking in the solar system aligns with certain planetary positions that replicate patterns from antiquity. Second, NASA's geospace measurements show increased plasma discharge entering Earth's upper atmosphere, fueling the partial overlay of 5D energies. Third, the Pleiadian Council, communicating via telepathic resonance, has consistently highlighted this specific date as the activation point for something known as the Ascendant Bridge activation. According to Aurora Finch, the partial merge will last for several days, intensifying around 3:33 a.m. local times on April 3rd, and then gradually stabilize by April 7th, leaving behind a new normal for those ready to hold higher frequencies. Think of it as a cosmic gear shift. Until now, we've been cruising along in third gear, comfortable but limited in speed and potential. The partial 5D overlay is like jumping to fifth gear in an instant. Some might feel euphoria, clarity, and boundless love for all creation. Others, without proper preparation, may experience migraines, emotional roller coasters, or sudden conflicts arising from hidden traumas. Let me share the story of Annika, a fictional composite character inspired by real accounts of individuals who have gone through smaller-scale energetic shifts. A few years ago, during a lunar eclipse that was said to open a minor cosmic gateway, Annika began feeling as if her heart was about to leap out of her chest. She sensed the emotional undercurrents of everyone in her apartment building. Random strangers' despair, a neighbor's burst of joy, a friend's hidden heartbreak. Overwhelmed, she fell ill for a week, plagued by insomnia, headaches, and confusion. Yet, once she recovered, she found that her intuition had skyrocketed. She felt a deeper connection to her purpose, a blazing compassion for all living things, and an uncanny ability to sense future events. For Annika, what began as a crisis led to rebirth. Now multiply that scenario by 1,000. This is the scale we're dealing with on April 3rd. Indeed, as the partial merge occurs, expect unstoppable intuition, random telepathic flashes, and an intensified capacity for empathy. Over the years, many spiritual watchers have described these times as biblical or epical, akin to crossing the Red Sea of consciousness. But crossing it isn't automatic. You must be ready. Otherwise, you'll sink beneath the towering waves of universal oneness if your personal issues remain unresolved. The first step in navigating these energies is to recognize their signs and symptoms, many of which might already be surfacing. Physically, you might notice sudden vertigo, where the room feels as if it's spinning even though you're standing still. Another common sign is tingling in your extremities, typically in the fingers and toes, like tiny electrical currents dancing along your nerves. Some people report heart palpitations that come and go randomly. Head pressure or crown headaches might intensify. Your appetite may fluctuate. One day you're ravenous, craving nutrient-dense foods. The next day, the mere thought of heavy meals repulses you. Joint stiffness, particularly in the knees and shoulders, is also reported, as if your body is readjusting to a new gravitational center. If you find yourself needing more sleep or spontaneously napping during the day, that too is part of the transformation. Remember, These are positive signs that your physical vessel is recalibrating to handle more subtle energy. On an emotional and psychological level, you might notice waves of unexplained sadness or euphoria. It's not uncommon to cry without clear reason or laugh unexpectedly at the simplest joy. Old traumas could resurface as your system purges what no longer resonates. You may oscillate between feeling intensely motivated one moment and utterly fatigued the next. This can feel like a crisis, but in truth, it's more akin to alchemy, an inner purification that forces hidden shadows to the surface. Observe your emotional state gently. Journaling can help you see patterns, triggers, releases, resolutions. If you find yourself drawn to poetry, music, or creative outlets, that's your subconscious mind seeking avenues for expression and integration. Realize that so-called negative emotions are not enemies. They're doorways to deeper healing and ultimately a higher state of being. Spiritually, enhanced intuition is likely to be the most striking symptom for many. You may suddenly know who's about to call or text you. You might dream about future events that soon come to pass. Perhaps you're bombarded with synchronicities, repeating numbers like 1111, or random encounters that seem orchestrated by a higher intelligence. Psychic abilities, such as telepathy or claircognizance, could momentarily flare up. You might feel a presence guiding you, or a voice of wisdom whispering insights at the edge of your awareness. If déjà vu episodes become frequent, it may indicate you're brushing against parallel realities or timelines. Pay attention to your environment. Objects could break down at inopportune moments, as if older energies are literally cracking under the new frequencies. Some advanced starseeds even report seeing ephemeral lights or silhouettes in their peripheral vision, brief glimpses of the unseen realms. Expect changes in your relationships too. People you once resonated with might suddenly feel draining or out of sync. You may crave deeper, more authentic connections. Superficial conversations or gossip could become intolerable, and you might find yourself drawn to soul-centric communities or newly discovered spiritual circles. At the same time, certain locations or routines that once brought comfort might begin to feel stifling. You may feel an urge to travel, relocate, or at least rearrange your living space. This is part of the phenomenon known as the auric resonance field shift. As you integrate more 5D energy, anything misaligned with your new vibration starts to drop away. However, knowledge is power. If you know what to expect, you can prepare physically, emotionally, and mentally, so you not only survive this shift, but thrive in its aftermath. First, let's discuss the physical preparations.
In the days leading up to April 3rd, maintain a diet of high-vibration foods. Leafy greens, organic fruits, nuts, seeds, and fresh water help your body align with pure frequencies. Avoid heavily processed foods, excessive sugars, and stimulants that strain your nervous system. Proper hydration is crucial. Think of water as the conduction medium for subtle energies in your cells.
Light exercise, such as yoga, tai chi, or gentle stretching, helps your muscles and joints adapt to changing biorhythms. Spending time in nature, walking barefoot on grass or sand, grounds your system by harmonizing you with Earth's energetic field. Getting ample rest is equally vital. You may need more sleep than usual in the days before the partial merge. Don't fight it. your body is performing immense behind-the-scenes recalibrations. If you can, schedule power naps or quiet moments throughout the day. Even 11 minutes of mindful rest can help reset your neural synapses. Detoxification methods like Epsom salt baths, herbal teas, and deep breathing exercises assist in flushing out toxins that might interfere with your rising vibration. And do remember, everything you consume, from technology to media, also affects your frequency. So limit exposure to negative news cycles or chaotic environments, especially in the final 48 hours before the merge. Mentally and emotionally, one of the most powerful tools is meditation. You don't need to sit for hours in lotus position. Even short focused sessions can make a huge difference. Visualize yourself enveloped in a cocoon of brilliant light. With each inhale, see that light expanding, raising your frequency. With each exhale, release anxieties and heaviness. Breathing exercises, such as box breathing, inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding for 4, can quiet racing thoughts and stabilize your heart rate. Visualization techniques are indispensable. Imagine a luminous cord connecting your heart to the very center of the earth, and another extending from your crown to the heart of the cosmos, anchoring you between dimensions. Equally essential is emotional release. For years, many of us have stored unprocessed grief, anger, or fear in hidden pockets of our psyche. But the partial 5D overlay acts like a cosmic magnet, pulling those old energies to the surface. If you feel sudden rage or heartbreak, instead of repressing it, acknowledge and allow it to pass through you. Journaling, speaking affirmations, or practicing emotional freedom techniques, EFT, can expedite this cleansing. Above all, refrain from judging yourself harshly. This is a transformative process. Tending to your inner child, practicing forgiveness, and consciously letting go of grudges can lighten your energetic load, making room for higher frequency downloads. Next, we move to creating a sacred space. This doesn't need to be elaborate. Even a small corner of your room can serve as a high-energy sanctuary. Smudging with sage or Palo Santo can clear stagnant energy. Essential oils like frankincense, lavender, or sandalwood can elevate the vibrations of the environment. Crystals, particularly amethyst or clear quartz, help anchor healing frequencies in the room. Consider playing gentle, harmonic music, such as compositions tuned to 528 Hz or 963 Hz, symbols that hold deep meaning for you, like mandalas, a star tetrahedron, or an ankh, can act as visual reminders of your spiritual alignment. Perform a simple ritual of intention. Light a candle, call in the supportive energies of your guides or higher self, and declare that this space is consecrated for smooth integration of the partial 5D frequencies. As for an action plan, think of the days leading up to April 3rd as a time of detox and quiet reflection. On April 1st and 2nd, schedule minimal social engagements if possible, and focus on self-care. On April 3rd itself, especially around 3:33 a.m. in your local time zone, you may want to be in a peaceful meditative state. If you're asleep, set an intention before bedtime that you'll receive the energies in the most balanced, beneficial way. Over the following days, April 4th to 7th, take it easy. Journal your experiences, share them with supportive peers, and remain vigilant for any physical or emotional overloads. After April 7th, you should feel a sense of stabilization. If you continue these supportive practices, you'll integrate the shift far more gracefully, setting the stage for continual growth rather than burnout. Still feeling uncertain? Let's step into a short questions and answers segment, derived from the most common inquiries Aurora Finch receives. Q. What if I feel too overwhelmed by the intuitive surges and empathy? A. Overwhelm typically arises when there's unprocessed trauma or fear. Grounding practices and the empathic shield method, which we'll detail in just a moment, can help you channel these surges constructively. Q. Could this phenomenon be just a mass placebo effect? A. Possible, but recall that multiple scientific instruments have detected actual atmospheric changes and electromagnetic anomalies correlating with the predicted timing. Empirical data from magnetometers and cosmic ray detectors support the idea that something significant is underway. Q. Is it dangerous to engage with these energies? A. Not inherently. The greatest danger comes from resisting the process or burying emotional blockages. Approach this transformation with respect, readiness, and an open heart. Q. Will everyone experience this event? A. Yes, but not everyone will be conscious of it. Some may dismiss it as a strange day or a passing emotional funk. Others, especially those prepared, will ride the wave into deeper spiritual awakening. Q. How do I protect loved ones who aren't aware? A. By stabilizing yourself first. Your grounded, high vibrational presence can help them more than any lecture. Share only what they're ready to hear. Here's a special revelation for you. Over the past 6 months, the Pleiadian Council has transmitted specific instructions for a 3-layer empathic shield method that Aurora Finch has tested with remarkable results. This is more than just a mental exercise. Think of it as forging an energetic shielding conduit around your auric field. People who've used it report feeling calm, clear-minded, and significantly less prone to external emotional noise. It's time to disclose these steps. First, the golden sphere layer. Close your eyes, breathe slowly, and visualize a golden light enveloping your entire body, forming a bubble about an arm's length away from your skin in all directions. This golden light is your immediate protective boundary, filtering out chaotic vibrations while allowing beneficial energies to flow. Second, the crystalline weave layer. See a shimmering pattern of crystalline threads interlacing around the golden sphere like a mesh of luminous diamonds. This layer is specifically designed to neutralize negative thought forms and psychic intrusions. Imagine these threads powered by Earth's core, each thread anchored deep into Gaia's heart center. Third, the star grid layer. Extending about 2 feet beyond the crystalline weave, visualize a grid of cosmic starlight. This layer connects directly to higher dimensional frequencies, creating a protective, uplifting boundary that fosters spiritual communication without letting you become overwhelmed. Each point in this star grid is linked to the wisdom of the cosmos, ensuring that only pure, constructive transmissions reach your heart. Perform this visualization each morning and night, or whenever you sense a surge of heavy energies. You can even reinforce it with affirmations like, "My field is sovereign," "I am safe, balanced, and aligned with the highest good." To further confirm the legitimacy of this empathic shield, Aurora conducted a brief interview with Dr. Marissa Cohen, a neuropsychiatrist who has been researching brainwave changes among spiritually active individuals. Their conversation went something like this. Aurora, Dr. Cohen, have you observed verifiable changes in test subjects who use multi-layered shielding methods? Dr. Cohen, yes, surprisingly so. We see shifts in alpha and gamma wave patterns, suggesting the brain enters a more coherent, stress-resistant state. In addition, our test subjects report heightened self-awareness and reduced anxiety during times of high electromagnetic fluctuation. Aurora, could these changes be self-hypnosis or placebo? Dr. Cohen, our data indicates these practices indeed alter neural synapses. Whether you label it placebo or a genuine energetic phenomenon, the net effect is beneficial. It's also in line with findings on advanced meditators who can manage emotional triggers much more effectively. End of interview. The takeaway? The 3-layer empathic shield is not just a mystical concept. It finds parallels in the realm of neuroscience and quantum field theory. Now you have a proven toolset to handle the unstoppable waves of intuition and empathic sensitivity. Let's outline a suggested schedule for the coming days. 2 days before, April 1st to 2nd. Begin light detox, plenty of water, reduced screen time, mindful movement. Meditate 15 minutes in the morning, 15 in the evening. Journal any unusual dreams or emotions. Day of the Merge, April 3rd. If possible, be in a calm, sacred space around 3:33 a.m. Reinforce your 3-layer empathic shield. Spend time in nature if you can. Just a 30-minute walk can help you integrate incoming frequencies. Keep an eye out for sudden intuitive flashes, but don't chase them. Let them flow naturally. Immediate aftermath, April 4th to 5th. Practice gentle grounding exercises. Continue the empathic shield at least twice daily. Note any changes in your interpersonal relationships, emotional patterns, or physical sensations. Don't force yourself into strenuous activity. Rest deeply and nourish your body with wholesome foods. Stabilization phase, April 6th to 7th. By now, the initial intensity of the partial merge should start leveling out. This is an ideal time to reflect on lessons learned, new sensitivities uncovered, and potential life directions revealed. Consider formalizing a spiritual practice, be it daily meditation, prayer, creative expression, or community service. Integration post-April 7th. Maintain your higher vibration by continuing healthy lifestyle choices, shielding techniques, and emotional processing. Share your experiences with like-minded communities because collective support magnifies personal breakthroughs. Now let's recap the critical points we've explored. First, the partial merge of Earth's 3D and 5D grids is real, backed by atmospheric anomalies and cosmic transmissions from the Pleiadian Council via Aurora Finch. Second, unstoppable intuition and heightened empathy will accompany this event, potentially overwhelming the unprepared. Third, we've uncovered the primary physical, emotional, and spiritual symptoms to watch out for, symptoms that confirm your system is undergoing a profound upgrade. Fourth, you now know how to ground yourself, sustain a high vibration, and create a protective sacred space. And most importantly, you've learned a 3-layer empathic shield method that synthesizes spiritual insight with scientific plausibility. We stand on the cusp of a new reality. The old world of material density and limited perspective is not exactly disappearing. It's simply being overlaid by a new world of expanded consciousness, where time feels fluid and manifesting intentions can happen at lightning speed. Imagine a global community that operates less on fear and more on empathy, less on competition and more on co-creation. That is the promise of a 5D Earth. Yes, challenges await as humanity navigates the tension between old paradigms and new potentials. But for those who awaken now, the future glows with possibilities. Soul families are reuniting, starseeds are remembering their missions, and entire societies are poised for a renaissance of heart-centered living. Your role in this awakening cannot be understated. Whether you see yourself as a scientist, a spiritual guide, a curious observer, or a reluctant participant, your consciousness is part of the collective tapestry. Every insight you gain, every emotional healing you accomplish, ripples outward and raises our global frequency. Now is the time to commit yourself to this grand experiment in human evolution, to step forward with courage, clarity, and compassion. The partial 3D to 5D grid merge on April 3rd, 2025 is the clarion call to all who have felt stuck in stagnation. This is the moment to break free. So, what should you do next? First, stay tuned for any follow-up transmissions from Aurora Finch or other credible channels. Subscribe to community forums or spiritual groups where you can exchange experiences and glean further insights. Second, share this message with those who are open-minded enough to receive it. We are stronger together, and the synergy of collective intention makes all the difference. Third, put these teachings into practice every single day. Utilize the 3-layer empathic shield. Keep your frequency elevated through healthy living and remain vigilant for opportunities to serve others who may be disoriented by these rising energies. As you finish watching this, ask yourself, am I ready to embrace my higher potential? Let that question echo in the corridors of your mind. Let it stir your heart. The planet is whispering that it's time to rise, time to awaken to who we truly are. Multidimensional beings capable of bridging worlds. This is not an end, but a grand new beginning. Take a deep breath, anchor into your radiant center, and feel the living pulse of universal consciousness thrumming just beneath the surface of your skin. Because April 3rd, 2025 is just the start. There is a luminous horizon of possibility awaiting us all, and we have the power to shape it. Will you walk through this gateway with faith in your heart and wisdom in your mind? Will you accept the unstoppable intuition as a gift rather than a burden? The choice is yours. A wave of cosmic potential is rushing in, unstoppable and all-encompassing, ready to uplift all who have the will to ascend. This is your moment. This is our moment. Take up the mantle of awakening, prepare yourself mind, body, and spirit, and step boldly into the new frequencies of 5D Earth. In unity, in love, and in cosmic collaboration, we go forward together. Stay guided, stay sovereign, and trust the luminous path that's unfolding. Because once the partial merge completes, reality itself will never be the same. And that, dear soul, is exactly as it should be. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Now go forth, shielded, aligned, and ready to receive the unstoppable gifts of April 3rd. You have everything you need to thrive. And remember, the Pleiadian Council stands beside you, ready to guide as the dawn of the next cosmic chapter breaks upon our world.